I went online to become a private detective. It was a private detective school online, and I paid online. I never heard from them again. I thought to myself, I either got ripped off, or this is my first case. This is a journalistic podcast, Shannon. We vaccinate our listeners with answers. And I'm going to keep lip-syncing the important questions until TikTok gives me a show. Shannon, how can the moon landing be real if the moon itself is fake?
That's not true, Mike.
Oh, isn't it true, Shannon? You're fake. You're a hologram.
1 in 5 New Yorkers are food insecure. What's your solution for that, Mike?
Fortune cookie. Because that's food and advice at the same time. Shannon, at least have the decency to backstab me, okay? You stab me in the front every time. Some fans can't watch the podcast because they're triggered by our sexuality. And message to those fans, we will leak a sex tape right into your mouth.
This is Mike Vecchione Investigates.
And you're not better than me. Welcome to another episode of Mike Vecchione Investigates. You guys are great for being here. We appreciate you. And we love you. And I'm saying that with eye contact now, which is considered sex in this day and age. But we do love you, and thank you for joining in. We have a very special guest today. I want to bring her right on. Usually I do a ramble at the beginning because of something that is off kilter in my life for the Irish. And but now I'm getting right into it. Our special guest, I don't want to waste any more of her time. Ms. Myka Fox is here. Myka, thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much. What an intro.
This is we're getting ready for an investigation. But before we do that, let's do plugs right now. I'm at Comic Mike V on all social media platforms in case you've been living under a, rock. MikeVecchione.com for dates. I have dates coming up. Shannon, can we put them up? Thank you for joining us on the YouTube premiere Wednesday at 6 p.m. Guys, please keep coming. Our numbers are up. Fastest rising podcast on the Gas Digital Network because of who? Turn the fingers around. Point them at the person. It's you. You are the reason we are rising. Thank you. Tell a friend, and we will investigate everything. There's nothing we won't get into on this podcast. Shannon, the dates.
Sorry, Mike, it's loading very slowly.
Okay, everything is loading.
Almost.
We're going to do everything in post.
There we go.
On this podcast. There we go. Mount Airy, unbelievable brewing company. The Fry Brewing Company in Mount Airy was so much fun. I had a great time at Baltimore at the Port Comedy Club. Support these clubs. I had a great time down there. And then I have Helium coming up this week. Helium Comedy Club in Indiana. If you're from Indiana and you were born in a small town and you can breathe in a small town, come to Helium Comedy Club August 17th through the 19th. Then I'm in Atlantic City, and then I go to the West Coast, San Diego and Utah, and I will be staying out there to go to a stop in L.A. So American Comedy Company in San Diego, August 31st, September 1st and 2nd. Boxcar Comedy Club, September 8th and 9th. Never been to Utah Virgin. So please come out if you're in Indiana, San Diego, and Utah. Please come out to see your boy. And also I have a mailing list. Shannon, if you could put up from my Instagram, it's the last post that I did, 206-207-5422 is my mailing list. Dial that number into your text and then put Mike V, and it gives you like 3 prompts. I'll only send you an email when I'm coming to your town. So if you're listening to this podcast, look at the post, dial the number, and punch in Mike V, and you'll be on my mailing list. And I'm not going to bother you with emails. I'm just going to contact you when I come to your town. Thank you. I'm sure we're going to have that up. But in the meantime, let's go to Myka. Myka, what are your plugs?
Thank you. At MYKAFOX for all socials. TikTok, Instagram,
Right.
Twitter, I guess, X.
X?
I don't know.
X going to give it to you?
He's going to take it from us, probably.
Yeah.
And check out my podcast, Great Hang with Myka and Tim. It's on all your podcast places, and subscribe to our YouTube. It's more fun to watch there. And then if you're, want to throw us a couple bucks on the Patreon, fucking do it. You have extra money. You spent that money on some bullshit.
Yeah.
On some fucking bullshit. And then you could get all this premium content where I call my boyfriend fat and dumb and he deserves it. So it's a win for everyone.
Yeah, it's a win for everyone except your boyfriend, it sounds like.
He loves it.
Does he love it?
Loves it.
Wow.
He's so he is.
What do they call that? A submersible? No, that was a that was a different.
Which was also very exciting and watchable. I would watch the Titan footage / coverage over Succession, a no season of Succession, over anything. So yeah, he loves it.
Okay.
What was my point?
Well,
it's
throw him
abuse.
some money on the Patreon. Maybe you're selling the abuse on the Patreon, like an OnlyFans, except for torture.
He is.
Your thoughts?
He loves it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when Jesus comes to collect us both and take us to hell, he's gonna say, "I spent my time well with Myka Fox."
Well, is hell going to be that much different from what he's encountering now?
They'll probably make him exercise or something,
Right?
Or they'll be like, read out loud to a group of people.
Oh wow, it gets deep on that pod. Well, it sounds like our fans should go there and link into the Patreon and give money and watch the content, guys.
Great hang with Myka and Tim.
Great hang with Myka and Tim. And this is also going to be a great hang. That's not what we're called, but this is an investigation. So thank you for coming by. And thank you for showing up. I'm going to videotape this because I don't want you to spin something and then put out content against me. So this is how you protect yourself now.
Oh, okay.
By recording your own version of the events that actually happened.
Yeah.
And not the fantasy that you may or may not spin against me, Mike.
Wow, that's very smart. Did you write for
very
Suits?
Smart.
Did you write on Suits? What season of Suits were you staffed on?
Oh my God, I wish. Did that happen on Suits?
It feels like they were constantly recording each other
Yeah.
to the point where like every season someone would say something incriminating and I'll be like, these motherfuckers just tape record. That's their plot point every time.
Do you think the show Suits during the summer, instead of going canceling and not doing any more episodes, they should have another show called Bathing Suits?
Yes, 100%. It's
Kind of like Baywatch Nights.
Yeah, but it's like Baywatch court cases.
Right.
Swimsuits.
Swimsuits in a courtroom. Your thoughts, Micah? Let's get right to it. This is
say,
part of the investigation.
I say glug glug. That's what my thoughts. Swimsuit.
Swimsuits and drinking in a courtroom.
I pictured
does glug glug mean?
An underwater courtroom, obviously.
Right.
And the fish has a gavel. Gang.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I think you're doing a whole SpongeBob SquarePants episode. I think you just wrote one.
Oh shit! What's SpongeBob SquarePants?
It's a cartoon.
Oh, I don't watch animations.
But what about your do you have kids?
No, I have a cat.
Does your cat watch?
She doesn't understand the TV. She's real
No.
dumb. Yeah.
But what about? I thought cats are like smart. Like the cat owners are like, oh my God, she's so smart. She's almost a dog. Is your cat a lot like a dog? Because a lot of people say that.
Yeah, she does. She plays fetch. She'll greet at the door.
Mm-hmm.
She'll come when called.
But dumb as a day is long, according to you?
Compared to a human?
Right.
Yeah. Like compared to a human, yeah, for sure.
Doesn't get it. Doesn't get how to turn on a TV.
She doesn't even know what's happening on a TV.
Oh, wow.
It's just lights.
I mean, have you watched TV recently? I don't know what's happening on TV at this point.
You mean like linear TV?
I mean, yeah,
like,
is that what
it's... TV that someone is pressing a button and it's airing and then you watch it at that moment?
Yes.
That's a hotel privilege. I
thought you were going to say it was a hoax. Because you come to the right podcast, because I hate liars. If any of you low-income whites who watch the show know anything about me, I hate liars, but I love a good hoax, Micah. Is that weird? Is that like a split in a thing? I love it. I love it. Like, do I like COVID? No, I don't like COVID, but COVID the musical,
yes,
I'm way into.
Yeah, the perfect low-income white bait.
Yes.
Absolutely. COVID exclamation point.
Yeah. Do you love a good hoax?
Hell
Is it
yeah,
just me?
I do.
I think when that guy, Jesse Smollett, when he was like, he brought the hoax back because it was like, these guys jumped me and these whites said, not in my town. It's like the way he went about it. Forget that it was, I get it was a hoax and it wasn't right. I understand that. But for the entertainment value of a hoax, just telling a lie is boring. Acting out an entire hoax, I'm for that entertainment-wise.
Yeah, 100%. Something to root for.
And
no one
people
actually gets hurt except for the people that got hurt.
Right.
Like that girl who pretended she was kidnapped and like was missing for 48 hours.
And there was a baby on the side of the road. What was that about?
There
was a baby on the side of the road, and she went to go rescue the baby. Then she disappeared.
Then nobody knows.
Is motherhood on trial?
I'm saying guilty as charged. If you're a mother, you belong in jail.
Do you think so?
You think it's okay to like put a person to birth? You're committing them to death.
Yeah.
You're an executioner. You're like, I am putting this thing on earth that has to die.
Wow, that's an interesting point.
You're a murderer.
Are you a glass is half empty type person? I'm getting that from that statement that you made. You're a glass is half empty.
I'm saying, why do I have to be in a glass?
Right.
Why is there a glass? Why can't the water just be where it needs to be?
You're living outside the glass.
I'm outside the glass.
God, I want to drink with you.
Yeah.
So motherhood, all mothers should go to prison. I'm quoting you now.
Absolutely.
For our fans, I'm taking it into context.
Thank you.
Should they be in solitary confinement? Because that might be a treat for most of our moms out there who are busy. They would love a little solitary. They're always like, I just want 5 minutes by myself. Well, now you have 5 years by yourself with no rec time, 3 showers a week. How's it feel, Mama Dukes?
That's perfect because now they can all blog. No
Yes.
distractions, just all
They
blogging.
can blog and they can do pottery and they can get that
Absolutely.
garden started that they're always talking about and never managed to get around to.
Absolutely.
What do you like to do? Besides, we got your boyfriend. Do I know him, by the way?
Tim
Because I know
McLaughlin?
you.
Tim McLaughlin, you may have seen him around. He's
Okay.
he's originally from Indianapolis, so those
Okay.
helium people out there, you could say Tim's girlfriend was on Mike Vecchione's show and mention
Yeah.
it when you go there. I actually did that helium before, and
Right.
they didn't like me. I
No?
went out there and asked them if they'd ever been to a real city. They did not like that. Turns out they think they're in one.
It's these fans from other cities. They seem to love it when I talk. I was just in Baltimore, and I go, you guys come from a small harbor town. You're small fishing houseboat people. I come from a big city. So I'm talking to you like this because I am in a huge city, and you guys are in a small little dumpy harbor town. And they ate it up. They loved it. They love being talked down to. The low-income whites who watch this show enjoy it.
Really?
And I find give them what they want. That's what I say.
Hey guys, if that's your fucking shit, that's
Yeah.
all I do.
Right.
I'm judgmental, I'm elitist, I'm in a bubble, and I'm gonna pop yours.
Wow. You're just like, how are the kids? You're putting everybody on notice.
Yeah, that's right. Burn
oh my
notice.
God. You're putting, because you're going to
The better
burn them.
suits.
And you're like a joke expert. So it's like, you're like coming at it and you will burn people and you will go to these towns and roast them.
That's right. It's gonna be Maui up in there.
Oh my God. That's a reference ripped from the headlines.
Ripped from the headlines.
That's a Law and Order.
Why aren't the trees burnt? Are you
You
now
think it's a hoax?
Now, is that a hoax? I don't think it's a hoax. I think it's a conspiracy. I think Oprah Winfrey is trying to get some fucking more oceanfront property, and Bezos too. And they're like, oh, we'll donate $100 million to your dead relatives' GoFundMe while I take over your land.
Do you think Oprah's like, everybody look under your rubble? God. You bring up a point that I never even thought about, Myka. What could be the hoax? Why are they protecting a volcano that may be active?
No, they just want the land.
They just want the land.
The Lahaina people, or however you pronounce it, have never sold, no matter how much money they've been offered. They're like, okay, well then what if we just burn all your shit down and you too? And now you can't say no.
That's Italians' move. Like they threaten, they're like, "Can we buy your land?" They go, "No." It's like it would be a shame if somebody would have come along and burned it all down. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah, it's like a tactic. It's a mob tactic.
I mean, I get all my information from Twitter/X, and so it has to be fact checked. That's what they do there. Everything's fact checked now.
It's fact checked.
Oh yeah, you can't get away with lying on Twitter at all anymore.
What about entertaining someone on Twitter? Can you get away with that?
Absolutely not. The algorithm does not support it.
The algorithm. A
joke? You want to try a joke on Twitter? Good fucking luck, Betty. You better be saying something for or against trans people or nobody is listening.
Really? No one's listening?
I don't think so.
What about a joke about the algorithm in the algorithm? Does that create a black hole?
Oh, you're sunk.
Really?
You talk about the algorithm, you're done. You can't confront AI.
No?
They'll beat you every time. You think AI wants to be known?
Wait, but
It doesn't.
artificial intelligence is different than the algorithm, isn't it?
What do you think the algorithm is?
Artificial intelligence?
There you go.
I came to my own conclusion. Did you used to be a teacher? Because you're bringing me to my own conclusion.
Wow.
You're playing 3-level chess, and the rest of us are low-income whites are playing checkers.
That's right.
And where were you educated? Just for our fans so that they can know who's talking down to them.
Oh, somebody from the premier Arizona public school system, of course.
ASU?
No. I left Arizona to get.
Okay.
I went to UC Irvine.
Okay. Is that
I went to a better state for that.
This smoke break is brought to you by YoDelta.com, the official official Getting High sponsor of the Gas Digital Network.
You went to UC Irvine.
Yep.
And that's a branch campus? Is that a branch campus of UC?
They're all, in that sense, they're all UCs. Like you fill out one
Just-
application and you can.
Micah, I'm going to have to turn into screws to you a little bit here,
Yeah.
even though I value you as a friend.
Okay.
UC Irvine sounds to me, and many of the other people who may not be as sharp as you IQ-wise, like a branch campus. Otherwise, they would just call it University of California.
Well,
At Irvine sounds like it's one of the branch campuses.
So does UCLA sound like a branch campus?
That
Does
sounds
UC
made up by you.
Berkeley sound
That sounds like fiction writing by
Right.
yours truly, a very talented writer.
Well, and guess where I learned to do that?
Where?
Arizona Public Schools.
Oh my God. And then you went out to UC Irvine.
That's right.
Lied about it being an actual college.
I actually lied to get into it too.
What did you study there? Theater? Because that's a form of lying. That's a form of acting out your lies.
You know, I kind of wish I did. I studied psychology, which is a lie of science.
Right.
It's
Science
fake
lie?
science. It's science lies. They're science lies.
Do you use any of it in your personal life?
Absolutely not. I mean, what do I need to know how a neuron like connects to serotonin? So there's that neuro shit. And that's actually neuropathways, but like all that study is biology, and that's good. And then the rest of it, like, oh, you know, this person has borderline personality disorder, but maybe it's not a real disease, but it's these symptoms that also sound like these other diseases. And anyway, good luck.
Oh, it's a lot of it could be.
Yeah, they don't know.
It could be this and it could be that.
Yeah, they
but
don't know.
here's a tiny yellow pill that
Right.
may or may not help you.
Right. Well, it'll definitely quiet you down.
Yeah.
No matter what you got, they got something to quiet it down.
Isn't that the goal with some of the men out there? I'll speak from a female perspective right now. Quieting them down. Isn't that enough just to give you a little bit of peace?
I mean,
While you guys do your hair and study to be astronauts?
that's right.
I
mean,
imagine that's what most of being a woman is.
well, you got to figure out how to get your hair in that helmet.
Mm.
That's
a
the
good
hardest
point.
part about
That's
being a
good point.
female astronaut.
God. We spend a lot of our time talking about female astronauts on this, I was going to say on this planet, but on this show, which
Yeah.
is like its own planet. But do you think that the hairstyle that works best for a female astronaut is a bob?
Sure, because then it reminds people of men,
Yeah.
and that's what you want.
And men are the
real astronauts.
gold standard of astronauts,
Yes.
the real ones.
Yeah.
I didn't say the real ones. You did. I was parroting what you said.
All right, name three
Mimicking.
female astronauts, real ones. Three.
Sandra Day O'Connor.
Okay, yes.
Who's the one that went missing? Amelia Earhart.
Correct.
And Serena Williams.
Right. So you know what you're talking about.
I get it.
Yeah.
But do the rest of these misogynistic, patriarchal felons understand what we were talking about?
I mean, not if they didn't matriculate from Chaparral High School.
Yeah, matriculate is a great word, and we
right.
have to isolate on that because our fans are reeling. And that's from the matriarchy, not from the patriarchy.
That's correct,
A
because
woman-
only teachers are women. Women are the only teachers that there are.
Women are the only teachers.
And this is something I think that's an important point. You should only listen to women when they are teaching you what to do. Then once you graduate, then you tell those same women what's going on, the same stuff that they taught you.
I think what you're talking about is a little thing that our fans engage in quite often, and that's mansplaining.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
the male form of teaching.
Right.
So you teach us, then we get educated, and then we flip the script on you. We're not even paid
Right.
to be teaching, but we will mansplain everything to you.
Yeah, everything you've learned is from a woman, and now you're going to tell them what to do.
Is that a function of testosterone?
You know, women have testosterone too. It's a
But
little known fact.
but it's covered up by estrogen.
Right. Oh,
It's
yeah.
disguised
Yeah.
by. It's surrounded by estrogen.
God, what aren't you an expert on?
I'm an expert on asking questions. I actually have a criminal justice degree, and I did not use it for anything. And then I got into comedy 23
Did
years
they just
later.
hand you that because you look like that?
That's a great point. That's
When
really,
did you get that as soon as they like saw what your parents looked like? They're like, oh, he's gonna be a cop.
Yeah, he is going to be a cop. I also I can double as cop or gangster in the 50s.
Yes, of
50s
course.
gangster or cop or any kind of a
But excuse me, but a dumb gangster. You're not going to be the mob leader, right?
Right.
You could be a smart cop.
A smart cop or a dumb mob
I think
associate.
If I were casting you, which I
Yeah.
am, or I don't know if you are available, but will you scab for me?
Absolutely, I will break the strike line.
Great.
Yeah, and almost for no money, just some kind of followers I'll do it for. So let's get back to mansplaining.
Sure.
What's something that
What is it, and how would you describe it?
Well, it's men who don't know what they're talking about, and there are plenty of us out there trying to explain something to a woman, and in the process, not just trying to like, honey, well, it could be this. It's talking down to a woman with some authority when they actually know nothing about the topic. Is that fair?
I don't know. I had trouble following that.
Did you have trouble following it? Do you need me to talk slower
Yes,
because the
please.
estrogen is creeping into your ears?
Thank you so much.
Because my testosterone is forcing this out.
That's right.
It's all chemical.
That testosterone just forced that explanation on me in a dumpster behind Stanford.
Okay, let's get serious because I'm not going to let you skirt, which women wear, this issue.
Oh, yeah. Is that misogyny when you skirt an issue? Because women are crafty liars.
Women are crafty liars,
That's right.
and sometimes I think you guys lie. And this conversation is moving fast for a lot of our low IQ, low income fans.
Well,
But-
you can slow down it on a podcast. There's the thing where usually I speed it up because I'm so smart, probably you too. But for those of you listening at home, you can slow it down.
They can slow it down, but they kind of want to follow. They're doing other activities. They're vacuuming their basement.
That's right.
And they're folding their laundry. They're doing stuff like that while listening and watching this.
Vacuuming up all the candy wrappers and tissues from the
They eat-
crying children.
They eat badly. These guys don't have. Most of them, our fans are incels.
Oh, good.
Okay?
Okay.
Just so you know.
That's
where
great.
they're
Thank
coming
you for
from.
not leaving the house.
Even the females that watch, incels.
Yeah. People
Um,
don't talk about the female incels enough, but they certainly exist. They just don't whine about it.
Yeah, they don't whine.
They would certainly never be proud of it or join a group.
Right. And what do they do? What do the female incels do? Book club?
They just
Book club?
no, they just hit on men and don't take a hint.
I actually like that.
Yeah.
Because that's a thing called moxie,
Yes.
which no one talks about now, and it's persistence. And
Yeah.
I like a woman who hits on a man in public, and I like a man who hits on a woman in public. Eye contact.
Yes.
What are you doing later?
Yeah.
I think we should get together, and it may lead to nothing, but it may lead to a family, an intact nuclear family. What do you think of that?
I think, I mean, all female incels live at the Renaissance Festival, and it eviscerates all that sexual inhibition.
Right. Eviscerates
Mm-hmm.
sexual inhibition. When's the last time that somebody mansplained something to you?
Oh, I guess it was on this podcast.
Was it just now?
Yes.
And what did I do? What did I mansplain to you? Because I think a lot of mansplaining is that the men don't even know that they're actually doing it.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't think there's
It's
a lot
just
of
part of-
there's no self-reflection there, of course.
Right.
Right. So, no, of course they wouldn't know.
Do you think most men like me are addicted to just hearing their own voice?
I think most people
Yeah.
are, and only men are people, so yes.
Is that that's a great point. Do you think that only men are people?
In this constitution, sure. On this
Under
planet.
the Constitution.
Yeah, well, considering on planet Earth, only men are people, and we don't have people on other planets, I'm going to say, yeah.
Well,
Wow, I didn't even realize that. Thanks for mansplaining that to me.
I had to. I'm just shining the light, but you're walking the path.
Thank you.
Is that a red flag?
Where?
When a man is in love with his own voice, and like you're trying to get together with a partner, and they're just in love with themselves so much.
Oh,
Because there's a lot of talk about red flags
Yeah.
on TikTok and on the other. So what's a
that's
red?
because they're
what's-
based in China.
Because that's an actual red flag.
Yes,
You're blowing my mind right now, Micah, because this thing has a lot of levels to it.
it does.
And I'm looking for one answer to the investigation, and you're extrapolating it out into like a world problem.
I mean, this is a global economy right now.
It's global.
It's a global gig economy.
Yeah.
It's a double G economy.
Hmm.
Not enough people are talking about it.
And you are talking about
That's right. I'm not afraid.
it. Let's talk red flags. What's a red flag for you in a relationship? What's the difference in a red flag and a red herring?
A red
Shannon, what's the red? I don't know what the red herring. Red herring is a misdirection. It's like we're pointing to this, and it's not that. It's something else.
A red herring is when your boyfriend tells you that their dad is very rich and they're going to leave him all their money, and then you start dating them and you find out that what they think is rich is not really.
Wow, that's subjective. You didn't get the concrete number. Women
Right.
are lower in math than men,
That's-
statistically.
yeah.
So it's like you didn't get a concrete number. You just did it on your emotion, and then he was acting in good faith
Yes.
because he thought I'm rich.
Yes.
And you,
Come to find
being
out.
a young Jewish queen,
Yes,
didn't think that that's rich.
that's right.
That's not enough to sustain your lifestyle.
It's not enough to wait for their dad to die. I'll say that.
It's not enough to wait for his dad
No,
to die?
I'm still going to have to build my own fortune. It turns out.
God, this is a tricky mess that we're in. Is that a red flag when a man misrepresents his financial situation to a bright, young, emerging talent like yourself?
That's right. It's a red flag if they know. It's a red herring if they don't.
Okay, I think you've confused most of our fans, including myself.
That's right. Well, the only way to get around this issue is to have a rich father.
Yes.
Then it's not a lie.
Do you have a rich father?
I wouldn't say rich. Now that I live in New York,
Right.
I would not say rich.
Right.
Now I'm like, oh my God, these people would kill themselves if they were my dad. Like truly kill themselves.
But your father is in California? Or he's in Arizona?
He's in Arizona and he is retired. So for whatever his finances are, he's fine in retirement.
He's in Arizona. He's a retired what?
Dentist.
Wow, that's a high-paying job.
Sure, but messy divorce. So,
Oh, yeah.
who knows what's going on there.
His wife took half his fillings. All right, we got to sneak a couple in here, guys.
God.
Okay, so he's a retired dentist.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something if, like, you're a dentist, you retire, and then your wife leaves you, and she takes half, and then you have to start dentisting again?
I mean, I'm sure it's happened to more than one dentist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just do
Maybe you have to go into orthodonture.
orthodenture.
Orthodenture, yeah.
Do you have invisible braces?
No, I wish I did. Do you think if I had invisible braces, my teeth would be this crooked?
I think you have great teeth.
Oh, thanks. I've had them twice. Let's check out
Does
these.
Tim
out.
not tell you that you have great teeth?
No,
'Cause
Tim
maybe-
has great teeth.
But of course, he probably says I have great teeth and then ignores your teeth. But but is that a red flag? Tim only compliments his own teeth and then doesn't say anything about your teeth or calls them crooked.
Yeah.
Is that a way of chipping away at your self-esteem so that he could establish dominance and
It's a way-
control the tempo of the relationship?
Yeah, it would be.
Mhm.
It certainly would be. You're right. He's a monster and has deserved all the abuse I've given him.
Is he a monster, Tim?
I mean, if you consider what he eats, then yes.
He's
Only
a-
a monster would eat only hot dogs for weeks on end.
After he eats desserts, you call him a monster. Well, you're in a fight. You call him a monster.
Right.
He goes to the fridge, comes back, and then you call him a cookie monster. Because, all right, some of these are gonna fall flat.
I mean, I would, but he can't spell as well.
He can't spell.
No, he's got a learning disability that no one can seem to put a name on. So.
Well, what is it? Maybe we can exploit it for this podcast.
I think he is. The technical term is clever brained.
Okay.
He's
clever brain.
He's clever brained.
He can't. What's that even mean? He can use one side of his. He can only use the clever side of his brain.
No, when you're clever brained, it means you're not very smart.
Oh.
That's our term for the R word.
Oh, okay. I understand. But could you I don't think the R word should be used. I think we should call people mentally stupid.
We'll circle back around there.
Let's circle back around. And a circle is a shape for some of our fans.
That's right. The shape that you are.
Oh. That was You want to talk about burn. That was really great. Do you think that somebody who's burning people left and right, especially on this podcast, which is a fair game, wouldn't it be great if you were dating, and if Tim, like, you were dating Tim, because I don't want to break you guys up with this, but you're dating Tim, and then he joins the fire department. So it's like you're burning people, and he's, like, putting out fires.
He's putting out fires.
Wouldn't that be a great combination?
Real Jack Sprat and his wife situation.
Yeah, like it's like opposites, but you guys attract, and you're making it work.
Coming soon on Fox.
Yeah. Can I ask you about living in Arizona? Because I was just in Tempe, which was great.
Oh, yeah.
How did a fair-skinned Ashkenazi
Jewess. You're looking for Jewess.
a fair-skinned Jewess weather the intense sun that... Did you wear sunblock every single day?
I should have.
Yeah.
I definitely should have. There's a lot of you take the car everywhere you go.
Right.
You don't go outside.
Blast the air conditioning.
Oh yeah, you have to start the air conditioning before you get in the car. It's kind of like how people in the Midwest have to start their car in the winter to warm it up.
After they eat? Sorry, I'm from Ohio.
But yeah, no, you just stay inside.
Okay, you just stay inside because I was in Tempe and it was like 113,
You were in August?
114, 115
Yeah.
each of the days that I was there.
Oh, so it was the winter.
That's the winter? Oh my God.
Yeah, it gets
I was just there. It was like I've never, and I played football in Florida. I've never been that hot before. It's uncomfortable to go outside.
It kind of makes you wonder if Arizona is an assault to God. Is it an affront to what God had intended?
I don't know if
think
it's all that.
maybe.
You're conjuring biblical references now for our fans who are
God, have you heard of him?
yeah. Okay, but I just think it's a
I love when they have ads for God too, like on TV.
I love that
they'll
too.
be like, "Have you heard about Jesus Christ?" It's like, "Yeah, dude. Yeah, we fucking heard about that."
You
shit.
don't like that? You don't like those advertisements as somebody who subscribes to Judaism?
No, it's mansplaining. It's like, yeah, we've heard of
Yeah,
Jesus.
I've heard of Jesus
Just
too.
get to the point. We've
Well,
heard of
what
it.
about somebody like me who is already Catholic, and then somebody's like, "Have you heard of Jesus?" Like,
You punch them
dude,
in the
I'm already a
face.
fan,
Yeah.
and it's like they're trying to talk to you more, and it's like, I love it when they say Jesus of Nazareth. Like, there's another one
That's
out
right,
there,
yeah.
like who was in Poughkeepsie, spreading the word.
Same jokes though.
Yes,
That's how they used to do it, you know? All the
Jesus.
comics told the same jokes, just different regions. Jesus of Nazareth, that's where he did water to wine, but you could find that in Tempe as well.
Tempe. And what's your take on the Holy Spirit? Have you heard about him? Because
Oh,
everybody's
the
like,
ghost
"Do you know Jesus?
rapist?
Do you know Jesus?" And it's like, yeah, I get Jesus. It's like, what about the Holy Spirit? Do you know the Holy Spirit? Like, other members of the Trinity need to be like talked about.
Yeah, he's the ghost rapist, right? Listen, I think that's the most fucked up way to assault a woman is as a ghost, because it's like people already don't believe women.
Right. And that's changing now.
Yeah.
Do you think it's changing, Myka?
You know,
We're believing more women now?
I don't think so.
We're not?
I don't think so.
Well,
I don't
hopefully
know. Did you believe them less, Mike? Did you never believe them?
I did believe them, but I think that it's not a factor now because everybody should be wearing body cams.
Oh, that's a good point.
Everybody wearing body cams, so it's like everything is videoed.
Yeah, it would be great for the state to control all of us and to have no privacy. I agree with you, Mike.
I just think body cams is like, and then it's good for us in show business where everybody has their own show now. It's like, I wonder what Myka did today. It's like, it's posted.
Yeah.
And then it's posted like everybody's reaction to you, people reacting to you.
So then it's not even parasocial, it's visual. What is it when you think you are somebody?
Paradoxical?
Yeah.
Paraplegic?
Paraplegic. Yeah,
That's when you
absolutely,
can't
because they
walk.
can't walk. They just sit
That's
there and
not a
watch
good-
you walk.
These
good point.
paraplegics have a advantage
Yeah.
on the rest of us.
Enough of the paraplegics. Where are the para-apologetics?
Mm.
Could you start apologizing for putting ramps up everywhere?
I was in a hotel this weekend, and I noticed that there were stairs. Like I was in the second floor, and there were like little stairs up everywhere. It's like this hotel hates disabled people. They're really trying to undermine the whole disabled thing. It's like, how bad do you want to go to your room? How bad do you want it? And then when you
Absolutely.
get in there, no Wi-Fi. God. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. Little steps are the bane of
Little
disabled.
steps.
Like conversation pits. The entire 70s hated disabled people.
Yeah.
The 80s too, most of them.
Yeah, because there was, but I think those buildings are grandfathered in. It's like, where's your wheelchair accessible, whatever. It's like, this was built in 1971. That was before it was a thing.
Just stick a ramp on it. It's the duct tape of diversity.
Is that stick a ramp on it? Is that the equivalent to disabled people? Like you didn't put a ring on it?
Yeah, stick a ramp on it. If you liked it, then you should have put a ramp on it.
If you
That
like
is-
it, you could have put a ramp on it. I think we just wrote a song.
I think
Myka.
so too. Yeah.
Oh my God. 34 minutes in. Shannon, you have to love me right now because we already did plugs.
I do. You're killing it, Mike.
Oh my God, this is so good. And this is a fast moving episode. Even my brain is hurting from this high level.
Oh, no.
My brain is hurting. We usually don't go this fast. And where do you live now, Myka?
I live in Bushwick, Brooklyn.
Okay. And what are you doing? Are you on the road? Like, what are you doing in your life right now, career-wise, and then personal life with your cat and your boyfriend?
Yeah, so I do have a full day job, like a corporate day job where I create personalities for other people and then sell them to them in advertising.
Okay.
So, and then on the weekends I do tour a little bit,
Yeah.
but that's not my main focus. I just stay at the clubs in the city so I can support my day job, watch my cat, be with my boyfriend.
And where do you want to go in the future? Let's talk goals.
Oh, God. I mean, I definitely want to stay on this planet. These people who are like, put me into space, nah, fuck out of here.
You don't want to go to space?
I was born on Earth and I'm going to die on Earth. And I'm afraid of heights. I don't need to be up any higher than a flight.
Yeah, because what if you went to the moon and then you realized it was fake?
Whoa, mind
Halfway
blown.
there, and it was like they told you that on the way there. It's like, it's actually, I'm going to be one of the first women on the moon, and then it's fake.
One of the first women on the moon. True or false? You don't know if there's been one.
Yes, I do know that there has been. There has been when we've researched it on this podcast.
There have only been, as far as I know, 3 people on the moon. There's only been 1 moon landing.
No, there's been women on the moon. There's been women
Fuck out of here.
There's been women on the moon before. Beyonce.
Oh, well.
She's been on the moon.
That's the only way you can get up high enough where everyone can see her.
Yeah. And she did the Ring on It song.
Mm-hmm. Did you put a ramp to the moon, Beyonce? Yeah, we're going to go to Mars, but we haven't even built a ramp to the moon.
Right.
America, you have to do better.
We have to do better. And I think we are. So you want to expand your brand.
Of course. You gotta
and
grow
then,
or die.
And then it's like you'll be in huge demand on the road. If you're in a huge demand on the road,
yeah.
How often would you be on the road?
I would say I'd like to go on long tours. I don't know, because I have this cat. Like, can I bring the cat with me on tour?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. You're a wealthy superstar.
Oh, a wealthy superstar, yeah. Then the cat just sucks it up and goes on tour. I'd love to tour around to theaters full of people. Absolutely.
Okay, so you're touring theaters on the people, and then you realize that your cat has, what's that thing where they're dizzy, Shannon? They get dizzy.
They're women.
Huh?
Vertigo?
Vertigo.
Oh.
Your cat has vertigo, and it can't travel anymore. Do you suspend the tour for the cat? How much do you love your cat is really what I'm trying to ask.
It's like a kind of a profound amount. Like I didn't love until I had the cat.
And does your boyfriend get threatened by that? Because I didn't love until I had the cat.
Yeah.
That would hurt me.
Well, I had her first.
I don't care who you had first.
It's not like I had him.
I'm going to talk for Tim right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk for him right now.
Okay. Well, it sounds like this.
Okay, well, I'm going to be articulate, Tim.
Okay.
I'm your partner.
He would never say something that gay.
I'm your partner here.
Oh
okay,
my God. We're over.
Okay.
I only date alphas.
Okay. Myka, let me start again. Let me get it again.
Yeah, one more.
Okay. I'm your boss.
There we go.
And the fact that you're saying that you love a cat infinitely more than me, it hurts me. Mm-hmm. And it makes me upset with you. And it makes me not think that there's a lot of substance in this relationship. And it makes me want to go on the road and get hose.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do with that? What I just said to you?
Oh, well, immediately, my first thought is I take
What's your
the
first
cat
thought?
and I just slit her from throat to pussy, just let her guts fall out. And I say, oh my God, you're so right. I don't love the cat anymore. I love you, Tim.
But I mean, that's an extreme thing that you said. And our fans appreciate that.
Was that that was the goal of that conversation?
No.
Right?
It was, but it's like, couldn't we meet a halfway point where it's like you put the knife to the cat's throat and then threaten it, and then I go, no, don't do it, and then the cat lives, and we all have our priorities more aligned from it. You're an extremist.
That's a
Myka.
false offer. That's you reaching for the wallet when you have no intent to pay. I don't believe in that kind of life.
Wow. So you are against lies to the point where it's like, you'll slit a cat's throat in order to really drive the point home.
Absolutely. But, of course, I would kick him out and I would keep the cat. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Grow up. Oh, you're jealous of a cat? Grow up.
But he's probably only jealous of the cat because you're saying that the cat is more important than he is.
You actually said that. I didn't.
Right. What did you say?
Right. I said that the cat taught me love.
The cat taught you love.
And what you heard was, oh, the cat's more important than a man because you are broken somehow. I don't know what happened in your childhood. I don't know.
Let me have it.
Maybe your dad didn't show you how to be a man, and your mom wasn't around and probably was fucking other men. And so you see the cat as a threat, right? And so the truth is, you're the one who wants to slit that cat's throat. And I wouldn't be surprised if we looked in your freezer right now, there'd be a number of furs.
First of all, I have a small freezer, a college-style freezer. Because we don't have much room in our, but you're right. There might be that in there. Mm-hmm. Frozen cats.
That's right.
A series of frozen cats. But I did it.
Coming soon to Fox.
I did it for love.
Actually, that was on Hoarders and.
I did it for love. I would say I did it for love.
That's right.
Okay. Let's move on to some news stories. Are you ready to do some investigating?
Oh, fuck yeah.
You
What's going on
defended
in the
yourself
world?
well. That last part where the accusations were flowing at me especially hit home. So let's take that same energy.
That's right.
You didn't love it. I love it now when people go, keep that same energy. That's my favorite thing. When people go, keep that same energy.
And oh man, does it reserve that energy right there when they say it. Because I was about to let it go.
Yeah.
I was about to drop that energy and be like, we don't need that anymore. What else is there?
You're coming so hard from the yard. That was an expression in the 90s.
Was it?
Let's do some articles. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay, these are topics. These are hot button issues. So, I'm an MMA fighter who lost part of my lung. I did it to myself by vaping. Shannon, what's the deal?
So I'm going to show you a picture of what they said that his lung looks like. Hold on, because there's ads on this website.
Oh no.
But so he's obviously obviously like a very healthy guy, and he collapsed while he was training, and then when they checked his body when he went into the hospital, they saw that his lungs were garbage. Hold on, I'm having an issue.
His lungs were garbage?
Yes.
Oh my
there's
God.
like a Popeyes cup in there.
Okay, so he's but he did vape, right? He was
Oh,
that's from vaping.
no.
Sorry. Yeah, they said that he vaped from like morning to night.
Oh my God. How do you vape and then do MMA? God. I don't know. That's pretty crazy.
You're right. You have to do them at the same time, or else what's the point?
Well, at least this guy seems to be taking accountability for it. I did it to myself by vaping. Wouldn't it be great if you could vape into one lung and then keep the other lung preserved for MMA?
that would be good.
That would really be good.
I wonder how do you maybe use a tube or something? Yeah, you get the elf tube. Everyone's got the elf bar. You get the elf tube, goes right into one lobe. The other one's fresh.
Yeah, I think you could have a doctor, if they could do gastric bypass surgery, they can reroute your
Pulmonary system,
your
yeah.
pulmonary system,
bypass, yes.
pulmonary bypass to get everything into one lung. And then you can, once that lung is, you change it out like a cartridge.
God, it's like a Bob Marley song.
Yeah.
One lung, one life. Let's vape together and feel real bad.
Okay, I love your commitment to songwriting.
Nobody steal that. That's mine. I copyrighted that.
That's copywritten, guys. Okay. Is he still gonna fight, Shannon, or is he just gonna fight the medical community now?
So I don't.
Thank you.
I just want to make a correction to what I said before. It wasn't in the gym that he had this collapse. He was out and about. He stepped into his work van, and it felt like he pulled a muscle in his back. So there was tension in his back. And then that's when he went to the hospital and found out about this whole thing. He said that he, at his worst time, he would have a 5,000 puff disposable vape pen and go through one of those per week.
Is that a lot? I don't know. How many times do you breathe in a week?
A 5,000? That sounds like a lot. A 5,000 puff? A 5,000 puff a week? That sounds like chain vaping. Is chain vaping a thing, Shannon?
It's me.
You chain vape?
Yeah.
But what about your MMA career?
I had to give it up.
You're going to have to give up MMA? Shannon?
Okay, so per week, we take approximately 17,000 to 30,000 breaths per day. Per day. So
5,000 would be maybe a third of his breaths.
God.
And since he's a fit person, you'd think he's breathing less, because slower heart rate.
Do you think during lung surgery they should have that Sting song, Every Breath You Take?
Absolutely.
Playing in the background?
Sing it. Commit.
Every breath you take, every move you make, I'll be watching you.
I've never heard
That's
of it.
That's about stalking.
Mm.
Yeah, but thank you. Shannon, I think it's been said that it's been written I have the voice of an angel.
That's right.
Say that.
Because someone killed the person singing.
Oh my God, Micah, that was a burn. I don't know how Tim does it.
He's like the king of taking L's. Just rolls right. He loves it.
He rolls it.
Yeah.
Like a jiu-jitsu.
I would say it rolls off his back, but he also has rolls on his back.
Ooh, God! But you're still sexually attracted to him.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of
Moxie,
Yeah, that's it.
power.
Moxie. He's like a who was Moxie? Who had Moxie earlier? You're saying? Oh, whatever. Some women who do stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, women are
Yeah.
heroes. We call them heroes now. in this
They're
podcast.
Shiros now.
Yeah, Wonder Woman. Okay, so he's an MMA fighter. This brings a personal point. We take some of these things and they take a personal. I went to a jiu-jitsu gym this weekend for the first time.
Okay.
Never went. And I had a friend with me, and we went to the jiu-jitsu gym, and I have not wrestled in I don't know how many years, like a lot of years. I have a wrestling background. I don't know if you know that. And but I don't know jiu-jitsu. So we went to the gym and rolled around. It was really like I felt really good afterwards, and then I slept and I could not move the next day.
You're so sore.
So sore.
Yeah.
So sore because it's using different parts of your body that you've never used in a long time. So, but I really enjoyed it. But the whole thing is my foot was cut from the mat. You can't wear shoes on the mat, so my foot was really cut up bad from the mat. But other than that, I mean, it was unbelievable.
So now you're hooked.
I don't know. It's really expensive to do in New York. Like I don't have the kind of time. I'm on the road.
How is
But-
it expensive to do? It's just you fighting another person.
Yeah, but it's these gyms. You have to buy a membership. You have to buy all this stuff. So it's like $300 a month or something. Like it's like I don't have. Like I can't do that. I mean, I have it, but like I can't do it and keep my gym membership. I need a gym membership in order to lift and keep like a basic fitness regimen, and I can't have that. And
Why can't you just roll out a
MMA.
mat at your house and have like a fight club at home?
Because Katie won't approve of that, and Katie she looks lean, but she's scrappy in her
Yeah.
own right. In her own right, and I don't want to be constantly pushing her, into the. She would have to sign off on it, the MMA gym.
Yeah.
I guess I could just do it, and then
Just
if
do
she
it.
challenged me, I would choke her out.
There you go. Yeah, it's like you can get rid of the MMA gym when you can beat me in the ring.
Is that the kind of capitalism that you believe in? Just kind of like, if you can beat me, fine, and if you can't, then beat it.
That is capitalism. It's not the capitalism I believe in. It's the capitalism we as America believes in.
But but the people on the other side go, it's socialist.
The gym
Are
is.
you a socialist? You're confusing me. Is it socialism?
I am. I believe in
Instagram?
universal basic income.
Right.
Its time has come. Robots are taking our jobs. Great. Let's take some time off.
Can't we give it back to these robots, though? Why do we have to take it from the robots? We created you.
Yeah.
We use you.
Yes.
You don't use us.
Right.
Why are they're kind of jiu-jitsuing everything on us?
It's insane. We should be taxing every corporation that uses AI, and that goes to either the employees that laid off or general universal basic income. It is the only path forward where it doesn't end with people roaming the streets like dogs.
So, but doesn't universal basic income stop? What are you motivated to do then?
Oh yeah, drug addiction immediately.
Poetry?
Obviously, like those of
So
us.
imagine the rogue poems that will be written.
And we'll have all the time to read it, and that's the part that people aren't talking about.
Isn't it weird how no one likes poems, but everybody likes raps?
That is a good point.
It's
We
a
need
great
beat.
point. It's like you just need one. That's how I feel like my comedy is a lot of times. It's like I just need one twist on it, and it's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
But it's like right now, it's like a poem, which people go, "Yeah, it's very nice." But if you did a rap, people are like, "Oh my god, I love this."
That's
People
why
are
rappers
very
are the
passionate.
future of comedy.
I think it's just I think I make a good point
Mm-hmm.
where it's like one pivot on one thing can take it from the basement to I know you don't believe in it, but heaven.
Right. Yes.
Do you think that's something?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not nothing.
If you were paid to give somebody lung
I'll
surgery,
do it.
now they know that you have no experience doing lung surgery,
Okay.
but they accept that you're very smart and crafty and you can figure stuff out.
Was that an anti-Semitic remark?
It was pro-Semitic.
Okay.
So you can figure stuff out because you're very smart. Would you do it? Would you do it?
I have to put a lung into somebody?
You have to take a lung. No, you have to take a lung. I wouldn't. That's too hard. If you just take a lung out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, would just take a lung out.
And we the goal is that they live after that or no?
It depends on how good you do.
Well, certainly. So, but like, I mean, take a lung
Don't
out.
Certainly me.
For sure I could do.
You could take it out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. With a knife or what? What do I?
Yeah,
do I get a?
You would get access.
The
You would get access to all the tools.
Because I have really short nails. So
I'm glad.
Yeah.
It would be amazing if you didn't cut your nails for this based on narcissism.
Yeah.
You just
Right.
got them done.
Yeah.
And, like you refuse to cut your nails for this kind of a surgery. Well, I mean, what's this guy doing now? He can't possibly be still MMAing, can he?
No, he's still he's recovering right now. It said that the doctors had to like glue the organ to his chest so that it wouldn't collapse again.
I could do that.
You're good at gluing organs.
Glue? Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? I haven't glued anything since kindergarten. That's how easy
Yeah.
glue is.
Shannon, where was the surgery done? A preschool?
Yeah. Later, do they peel the heart off and then play with it a little bit?
Was it made of Play-Doh, Shannon?
No.
Okay.
It said that he can't lift anything more than 20 pounds currently.
Oh my God.
And he's having to be basically sedentary, but plans to get slowly back into it.
Well, this guy will be fighting at Skankfest
And winning.
and winning. It's a great one, Shannon. Don't vape, kids. Vaping is it's going to lead to stuff like this. He has a psychology major. Is there what other way? What's the alternative way to deal with your anxiety besides vaping?
Oh, well, there's suicide, and that's a very popular one.
Suicide is
Yeah.
is that a viable way out?
Are
Do
you
you believe in
kidding
an
me?
afterlife?
I don't. I think I usually would have said no, and now I'm gonna say I don't know if I believe in this life.
Are you agnostic?
I am not. I don't think there is the God that we've written about. No.
But you have questions about it, or do you have you decided already?
Well, energy cannot be created or destroyed,
Yeah.
and so that leaves me with a few questions.
Okay.
You know what I'm like, oh, so that's some unanswered shit right there. If it
Right.
can't be created or destroyed, then what is it? What's going on?
Yeah, then
you
where-
know?
but
What's,
Myka,
what
if-
is all this, huh?
Mike, I put a gun to your head, and I say, where do we go when it's over? What do you tell me?
I say, let's find out, buddy. I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't think
What do you label yourself, an agnostic?
no, because I mean that agnostic I think is about like God, right?
Are you an antagonist?
Certainly. I'm a provocateur.
You're a provocateur.
That's right.
What's the antagonist and what's the other one?
Protagonist.
Protagonist. You're a protagonist.
Of my life for sure.
You're the hero?
That's well, and I'm the anti-hero.
Is Tim the
I'm
villain?
a Swiftie actually.
Is Tim the villain? And where does your cat? Is that your
I think
male lead?
the cat is the villain. Cats are all villains, and I think we can agree
Cats
on
are
that.
sneaky. I'll just
Yeah,
say it.
that's
I didn't
right.
want to hurt your feelings.
That's right. And not
But
just
cats
mine
are
because she's a Jew.
Your cat's Jewish?
She's
Being
her mother's
raised-
Jewish.
Her mother's
so-
Jewish, so she's Jewish.
That's right.
Let's go to the next one. Shannon, my twin and I blew $200K on a boob, butt, and vagina surgeries to
I thought it was
be
going to be
Barbies.
blue each other, and I was like, I knew it. All twins do that. I'm a twin.
Are you a twin?
That's right. Yeah.
Where's your better half? Is that what you guys call each
It's
other?
the better half is sitting right here in this studio.
Okay. All right. Well, where's the failure?
Oh, in Arizona still.
Okay.
Never made it out.
She wasn't allowed to leave?
Don't be gross.
Oh, he?
Yeah.
Were you guys cesarean?
No.
No.
No, I came out first.
You came out first.
Yeah.
Do you call him afterbirth sometimes when you're mad at him?
That's a great point. No. Yeah, you're right. I should
There's a
call
lot
him
of great
Afterbirth.
points on this podcast, which is why you should like and subscribe and tell a friend. I hold my stare. What's he doing now for a living?
He is an actuary.
No.
He is actually an actuary. That's, like a math. He's a math. He's
Oh
a
my
math.
God. Are you good at math?
No. Mm-mm.
He got the math brain and you got the
I got the word brain.
you got
Yeah.
the word brain. My twin and I blew $200K on boob, butt, and vagina surgeries to be Barbies. Shannon, tell us about it.
Okay, so here is a picture of them as little girls.
Mm-hmm.
So here's how they
So
started.
what are they doing? They're already hot.
They're cute.
Very cute. And then, so they're both 26 now, but this was them before most of the surgeries.
Pretty.
Ew, it's
Very
funny
pretty.
that there's a goth one and a not goth one.
Right.
So they felt that both of them felt like they were insecure with their looks, with their bodies. They felt like they weren't as feminine as they possibly could be.
They look pretty feminine to me, don't they, Shannon? Do you want to
so.
weigh in here?
Yeah, I think they're both beautiful.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I think
they're
they're
about
beautiful.
as feminine cis women can get. You know,
Cis women are not feminine.
there's a cap.
There's a. I think they look pretty feminine. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And
Still
then-
looks good so far.
So, here's
Oh
a,
no.
they
Oh,
both
no.
had BBLs, nose job, breast enhancement, labiaplasty.
Oh my
And
God.
hold on, I'm going to show you the final product here.
The final product.
Yeah, so this is them on the right. So they,
That's them actually. That looks like AI.
yeah, this they want to look like Barbie dolls.
Oh god.
Yeah, but I mean labiaplasty. Barbie doesn't have a labia.
Well, that's why they did it.
They smoothed it over.
Yeah.
They smoothed over.
Oh my
Oh, they
God.
smoothed over their own labias.
Wait, can you zoom in on their faces? Can you click the plus? Because, jeez,
They do look like dolls. Let me see.
Yeah, they look.
they
like
switched
dolls.
race.
Yeah, they look Brazilian.
Gosh,
This one's like, this is weird.
it looks so bad.
Yeah.
Did they do this for the movie, Shannon, or did they do it for the doll?
Is it,
Yeah, it's great promo, right?
yeah, they.
Because I was thinking about getting a surgery to make me look like Oppenheimer. All right. What do you think of this? Like they
love it.
No, they need your expertise. They need a psychologist here. This is all mental. What are they doing? They ruining themselves?
I mean,
Beautiful-
hopefully they're
beautiful
making
people.
they're making a mint on OnlyFans. You know what I mean?
I guess, but like, how much money do you need? Like, you're in constant. I imagine after the boob, butt, and vagina surgeries, you're in constant pain. Would you ever get this done?
I don't need to because I've already
You're
tricked a
perfect?
man. Yeah,
Okay,
Um,
he's in.
he's in.
Yeah.
Listen, I was never
I am
planning on.
listening.
I was never planning on making my fortune with my corporeal body.
Yeah.
So
Corporal,
yeah. So
corporeal.
that is not the market that I'm in. So
Yeah.
no, I don't need to. That you know, you have to spend money to make money. That's
Right.
what they're doing. That would not help me.
But do you think they're doing this for financial reasons or because they're psychologically unstable, or both?
It's got to be both, right?
I mean, where are their parents? Like,
because the fact that they're in the post about it, like people who are doing it just for themselves aren't also getting media attention for it.
yeah,
So these photos are clearly like they want to make money off of looking like that.
yeah. But I like her before actually, even though I do like that negligee thing that she was wearing.
No, yeah.
That
Now
was
she
pretty
looks like a filter.
Yeah, she looks like a filter.
Yeah, she looks like a yassified human.
Yeah, but I wonder, like, the father, was he around? Do you think? And what did he do for a living? Do you think he was an actuary?
He probably was an actuary.
He
was
probably
like,
did their measurements.
Yeah, he was like, what are the odds that my girls will turn out to be psychological messes who will regret every
Is
decision?
there anything about the family, Shannon?
No, nothing.
Okay, the actuary.
I think it is sweet that they did it together, though.
Yeah, twins. Do twins have to do everything together?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to be known as a twin.
Right.
Second you leave your twin, nobody knows.
But were you when I was growing up? There was the Wonder Twins. Do you remember them? You were younger.
Oh
than
yeah,
me.
I love their bread.
That's Wonder Bread.
Mhm.
But Wonder Twins. Wonder Twins were twins. They were superheroes. They were part of the Legion of Hall of Justice, and they were twins. And one of them would turn into an animal, and the other one would turn into like a form of water. Do you remember? Do you remember them?
I don't.
Okay. It's like Wonder Twins activate.
Oh, and they were boy girl twins.
And they were boy girl
yeah.
twins. So it's like maybe this is you and your brother.
Yeah.
If he would ever leave Arizona and drop the math and become a hero. And you guys, Wonder Twins activate, shape of, and then I forget which one he became. He became like an animal, and then she became like a form of water.
I mean, obviously the man's turning into an animal, right? And women are, like so liquidy in their water.
But isn't water more necessary than an animal? So isn't it kind of a compliment in that way?
Well, yeah, I mean, women are also the things that give birth, and yet, seems a lot more necessary if you think about it. And yet here we are.
I believe 70% of what you just said.
That's right, because we're 70% water.
Okay. All right. Shannon, this is mind-blowing. Let's go to the other side. The ex-NFLer Michael Oher, Blindside, family led about adopting me. Oh, I read that wrong. Let's get take two. Ex-NFL player Michael Orr, Blindside family, lied about adopting me. Okay, so Michael Orr was a football player. He played with the Baltimore Ravens, was an offensive lineman, and he was the person that the movie The Blind Side was based upon. Do you remember that movie at all?
Yeah, Sandra Bullock, right?
Bullock,
But I
yeah.
did not see it, but yes, I'm
Okay,
aware.
so it's a white family that adopted him at a young age, supposedly, according to the movie, and then raised him, and then he became a huge person and was playing football, a dominant football player, and went to the NFL. And he was like a very like successful offensive lineman for years. And offensive linemen don't get a lot of press or play, but he became a superstar basically on the offensive line. So I guess they got money from the movie The Blind Side, and I don't know, his contracts had to be worth millions. So, and now he's coming out and saying The Blind Side, the movie, was a lie. They never adopted me, and they were using it for financial gain.
So how did that happen?
I don't know. It's one of those things where I think it said in the article, and Shannon, you can correct me if I'm wrong, they took him in, but they didn't adopt him. So I don't know where it goes there.
Yeah, it looks like that they signed up to be like his conservators, but they weren't actually like his adoptive parents. And so it said that their actual children, they were able to get the millions of dollars of royalties from the movie, but he didn't, because they were just like, it was just a conservatorship and not an adoption.
But did he live with them? Did he grow up in that house? Because that's what we were made to believe watching the movie, that
Yeah.
whether they formally adopted him or not, he grew up in the house and they raised him essentially. Whether he was adopted officially or not is like not the point really. I mean, it's the point for legal reasons, but it's not the point as far as like what really happened here.
It looks like yes. In this article, they're really just focusing on the legalities of it and how he didn't get access to any of the financial advantages.
Okay, well, there's two sides to this. That what he's saying is true. That he didn't get they didn't give him any. The movie is about him, and they didn't give him any money from the movie. And
That's
the other side of
insane.
it, could be that he had millions and millions of dollars worth of contracts in the NFL and doesn't have any more money.
So, which is who knows what happened there, right?
Who knows what happened?
But
Who knows if he still has money or if he doesn't have money? And who knows what happened behind the scenes, like with the actual family?
But it's weird because it's like you have your story rights that you sell. And so
Right.
the parents are within their rights to sell their story, but
Right.
it is also his story.
Yes.
So wouldn't they also need him to sign off in some way? Yes, I don't know. I think so.
Well, he was already in the NFL when they made this movie, so he had.
So
I
he's
guess
still-
he
so he's not a person anymore.
No, I guess he would have to. He would have had to. My point is, he would have had to sign off in some way in order to approve
That's
this,
what
or
I'm thinking.
or he would have blocked it then and just been. And block is funny because he was an offensive lineman. That's what they do.
Right.
They block.
Well,
I mean, people don't know that. People who watch the show are, goth and stuff. They don't.
but if
in
it's like
sports.
based on a true story, like they have to say something like he declined to. I don't know.
Yeah, and there was none of that at the time.
Yeah, that's what's confusing.
That's confusing. So he would have had to like hash this out beforehand. They would have had to get some kind of approval from him beforehand in order to let this go. I think something happened with the family where there was a falling out. There had to be a huge falling out here.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a falling out with your family? Your dad being a retired dentist. It's like, do you floss twice a day? It's like, no. It's like, then you're not my daughter.
Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah. It was like that. Only, it started before I had teeth, and so nightmare, It's like, what was I supposed to do?
Was the tooth fairy welcome in your home or not?
Yeah. Get out of here. Yeah,
Did
no,
he
we
put
did.
money under the pillow, or was he call that a copay?
We call that. Yeah, I actually had to pay the tooth fairy.
It's just a guy in your room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have an extra piece of information.
Shannon, this just in?
Yeah, this is just in. So it seems that their conservatorship, it still exists right now. And that's what he's fighting to.
Oh, Britney, free Britney.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Free Britney.
So he's seeking now to end the conservatorship, and then also wants an injunction to bar them against using his name and his likeness, in addition to an accounting of the money that they earned off of his name and a share of the profits and punitive damages.
Wow. I mean, he's really painting them as monsters. So the conservatorship, I don't think that they need his approval because they have it's basically power of attorney
Right.
Yeah.
over him, so they don't need his approval. They could just do whatever they could just, if they have a conservatorship over him, they could just do whatever they want. So they didn't need his approval. So now he's suing.
I wonder how he got that. How they got that on him.
Well, I don't know what the whole story is. I think they adopted him.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't adopt him. But my thought was that the way they made it seem in the movie that they did adopt him. Shannon, is there any background?
I'm looking
Because
at the original story.
they're trying to confuse the investigation here, and we're against that.
I'm looking up the original story. Or are you just gonna wait for me to do it?
I just think that
We're both just sitting there.
I think that our fans needed a moment of silence.
Well, I mean, if that paper doesn't get doodled on, Mike, then
Would you ever adopt?
I would adopt more than I'd give birth. I
You
think.
wouldn't. You're against giving birth.
Oh, nothing's coming out of here. This
No?
is entrance only.
It's entrance only.
That's right.
Do you have a tattoo that says
All,
that?
all shall enter, none shall leave.
Did you ever want kids?
No,
You never wanted them.
no.
Is it because of the way you were raised, or is it a referendum?
Oh, now who
on-
graduated from a psychology program?
I did reverse psychology.
That's right.
I'm using it against you. Did you always feel that way? And
Yeah,
how
I-
does Tim feel about that? Maybe he wants to have a little Tims.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's more against kids, you or him?
I think he is
Oh, wow.
even, but I've never wanted them, but I think he really
Would you ever think of
Doesn't.
donating your uterus to a woman who doesn't have one but wants to have kids?
like be a surrogate or take my uterus out and give
Take
it
your
to
uterus out. It's clear that you don't want to be a surrogate.
Right.
You want to take your uterus out and give it to somebody so that they can have kids. And then if they don't want to use it to have kids, maybe they could use it as a backpack.
Well, I would because I'm a good person,
Mm-hmm.
but I won't because I hate children and don't want to help other people have them either.
But what about the fun ones? The fun kids? The kids who are good and cute? Anybody cute and fun?
I have a
kids?
niece.
Mm-hmm.
She sucks. No, she's very fun and cute,
Yeah.
but no, I'm good to let humanity end with us.
Wow.
I'm fine with that.
You don't want to give the next generation a chance at all?
A chance to what? Die in the hellfires of the world we've
We
left
might be
them?
in space by then.
Oh, so to what? Rot in space with some like weird space astronaut? They're all women anyway. It sucks.
Why is everything so negative? What if we trash this planet, we light it up, and then we head off to another planet that's probably got water at this point, fresh water, and we make a new start of it?
You know how long it takes to get to a planet like that? First, you got to find one. We haven't done that yet, so already we're behind the eight ball.
All right,
on
it's a
that
couple
one.
generations,
And then you spend
we-
years in a spaceship, generation after generation, born in a fucking spaceship.
Yeah.
How much more miserable could we be as a species?
You could be raised in a pod, and mentally you could be somewhere else. It's like our bodies are just going to be like transported, things. It's going to be all mental at this point with AI and the, what's that? We put the goggles over.
Google goggles.
Yeah, it's Google
Sounds
goggles.
for babies because you're Google Gaga.
But what is it? Virtual reality.
Yeah.
Like you're in another reality, but you're existing in a pod like the
It's
Matrix.
like Jamiroquai said, it's what we're living in.
It's what we're living
It's
in.
happening right now.
So there's no convincing you
No.
to have a big family.
No.
If you had no kids, a choice of no kids or like 6.
Well, now when you put it that way, I guess, yeah, I'd have 6 kids.
Because the people with parenthood, they're like, I didn't think I wanted it, and then I had 6 kids, and it blew my mind.
It
how
blew
much
my
I love it.
pussy apart into
That's
a
probably
billion
true.
pieces.
That's probably true, but there's
Labiaplasty, like those women.
but also Zumba and what's the one that you're doing? Kegels.
Kegels. Yeah, you gotta
You have to
that.
do heavy Kegels. That would be like you'd have to do a heavy Kegel practice.
I'm doing them right now.
Are you doing them right now?
You just reminded me to do them.
Okay. Well, your daily practice. Let's move on. Elon Musk vows to pay for ex-users who sue their bosses for treating them unfairly based on posting or liking a tweet. Okay, so I don't know what this is. I'm not on Twitter, really. I have an account still.
Nobody is because it's X.
It's X now. It's X. Gonna give it to you. So you should. Twitter started as this thing, and you're probably like me. It's like I just started posting jokes on it to
Yeah.
work jokes out. I'm like, oh, what a great mechanism to see if a joke's got any legs. And I don't do that anymore, but I want to go back to kind of doing that, like just posting a joke to see. It's like, is this something that has like, because that's how jokes, for those of you who don't know, that's how they start, like a kernel of something, and it's like, oh, maybe there's an idea here.
Yeah.
But I think that's what Twitter should be used for. But then it's like, it should be like, maybe Twitter has a comic section because people think that you're serious and what you're saying is like, no, I'm just trying to work out a joke. They're like, yeah, but it's wrong. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's not, I'm not trying to be right or wrong. I'm just trying to work out a joke. They go, it's not funny. It's like, yeah, you don't really understand what's happening here. It's like, you don't understand how funny works. It's like you work it out in a lab before you take it to the next step. They go, yeah, but it's not good. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm arguing with my hand at this point. It's like I'm not. You're arguing with somebody who's just like doesn't understand what's happening.
Yeah, you're biting the hand that feeds you. Listen, yeah, I don't think you're mentally stable enough to handle Twitter.
I'm probably not.
I don't.
I'm not mentally stable enough to handle comments. I see people commenting sometimes. I'm like, it's not that people don't get it. I don't know how you feel about comments. It's not that they don't get it, but it's like. It's the fact that they don't get it and the confidence that they have that they understand everything. It's like,
oh yeah,
you don't get it. You have the confidence of somebody who knows everything, but you don't know anything.
It's almost like can you mansplain a man? Do you think they're mansplaining to you your joke and how unfunny it is?
Yeah,
I think so too.
I think so too. And it's like, no, we're not. You're not getting what I'm doing here. And they're like, no, I do get it, dog. If we were to go back, I don't give them any fuel. But what's your opinion of that on Twitter? If you went at your boss, for tweeting and then you would sue them? This seems like a lot to go after. It seems like a lot of paperwork.
Well, it's like, like I have a lot of jokes that could potentially get me fired if anyone cared about me.
Yeah.
So, but fortunately nobody does.
Do you think the lawsuit should be in under 140 characters? Last one, and then
you get unlimited characters if you pay bucks a month.
If it gets retweeted by a law firm, then you win. All right, let's go to the last one, and this is social media site is not linked to psychological. This is your wheelhouse.
Okay.
Psychological harm and could even have a positive impact on well-being. Study suggests.
Which
social
website?
Media site is not linked to psychological harm. This sounds like fake news.
Social media site. Oh, I love to play social media site. What the fuck is that?
And could even have a positive impact on well-being. Is it possible that we've all got it wrong and that social media has a positive effect on well-being?
Fuck yeah, dude. If you're Matt Rife and you're selling out theaters everywhere you go because a million people followed you on YouTube and TikTok, it has a definite positive well-being for him. Or for anyone else who made their way like that.
Yeah. But what about for the rest of us who are just scrolling past these hot people?
Oh yeah, it's good for you too to know how ugly and unsuccessful you are. That's motive. That's called inspiration.
Well, doesn't it light a fire under you? It's like, I have to be better. These people are winning.
Yeah.
And I'm not. And I have to do whatever that they're doing somehow.
It's about consistency, not quality, and that's the name of the game. You need to be posting 4 to 5 times a day on each platform, and it does not matter if what you're posting is good. And I want to repeat that for those listening. It does not matter if what you're doing is good.
Wow. And what effect has it had? Do you think it has a good effect on your well-being?
How could that not?
It has a good effect?
How could it not have a good effect on your well-being to produce so much garbage and put it out in the world and have it come back to you with more success? Wouldn't that be good for you?
What you're talking about is transformational.
Yeah.
Something's transformational. You put it out as garbage, but it comes back to you as success.
That's right.
That's amazing.
That's called alchemy.
That's alchemy. Yeah, you're the alchemist.
That's right.
Transmuting tragedy into victory.
If your own ego can get out of the way, you have to put aside, oh, that's not funny, that's not a joke. Forget that. That's one person who's not paying for you to the 5 people who are like, I like that sucks. That's for me, and it makes me feel less alone.
I think that's perfect. I think you nailed it. And I think that is the way that we'll close this out. Thank you for staying with us overtime. It's an hour and 13 for those of you guys who are like, oh, it's not long enough. We gave you extra, guys. And you know what? We're putting our arms around you podcast-wise and holding you and loving you. Thank you for watching. For Shannon, for Myka, I'm Mike Vecchione. We'll see you guys next week.
Good.
That was a good one. Guys, thank you for listening to Mike Vecchione Investigates. And if you go to gasdigitalnetwork.com and use promo code MBI, you will get 1 week free. That's gasdigitalnetwork.com, promo code MVI. You will get 1 week free. Thank you again for listening to Mike Vecchione Investigates on the Gas Digital Network.